Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of the Hermitpack. We're back again on the server, and I'm very excited for what we're going to be doing in today's episode. We are going to be building ourselves a proper starter house, because this, it's cute, but then Exuma had to build this and make me look bad, so we're going to build a much better, bigger, and cooler starter house right here. Future site of my house. I've got some pretty cool plans for this, actually. I kind of want to build a modern starter house, and fair warning, modern is not my strong point. It's not a style that I'm amazingly good at. In fact, it's not even a style that I consider myself to be remotely good at. So this may be extremely derp, but we'll find out. I've got a few things going. At the moment, our smeltery that we built, our community smeltery, is pumping in sand, turning that sand into liquid glass, and then it gets put through here and turned into clear glass. And I'm gonna need a lot of this for the modern house, because this is really, without a doubt, the best glass in the pack for this build. And there's not really a good way to mass produce it right now. This is as close as you can get, and this yields like 3 clear glass every, maybe 20 seconds or so, which isn't great. But I think we'll be okay. I've also done a lot of resource gathering between episodes and filled this bag with stuff that we will need. So, let me start kind of marking some things out, kind of getting an idea of where we're going to build it, and doing a little bit of planning and things like that, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I've got the house pretty much laid out here. We got the framework down. I did actually build this, well, I shouldn't say I built it in its entirety, but I got kind of a general idea of what I was going for in a creative testing world, and I think this will work out pretty well. So our doorway is going to be like right here. We'll have kind of a modern, I don't know how to explain it. It's probably easier to just start building and show you what I mean rather than trying to explain this. So what we're going to do is right here, we're going to bring these out a little bit, and we're going to go up 4 like so. And I think I will call that good right there. I'm using Hardened stone, which you can find by mining pretty low. You can find alabaster, which is actually the same material that Exuma used on his house over there. I think it's a very great and very clean white building material, so pretty cool. I'm using that, and then I'm going to be using some dark oak and some light blue clear glass from Tinker's Construct. That is the plan anyway. Oh. And there are now too many people on the server to sleep. Can we sleep, please? Please sleep? That would be great. I'm in a cave. Okay, well, never mind. I guess I'll just build in the dark and hope I don't get killed. What can you do? So, let's see here. What we'll do is we're going to make this a layer. I need more of this alabaster stuff. Oh, he's sleeping. What do I do? What do I do? Run to a bed. Quick. Almost there. Before he gets out of bed. All right. I'm in a bed. We did it. Teamwork. Go team. There we go. All right. So, let's actually check on this. How's this doing? Okay, I'm up to about 2 stacks now. Sweet. All right. So what we're going to do first and foremost, I'm going to grab a bunch of this alabaster, and we're going to essentially extend this little chunk and make it 2 thick instead of just 1. Unfortunately, in this mod pack, there are really not a whole lot of good stained glass window pane options. So in order to get depth, I'm going to have to use either vanilla window panes, which have these annoying streaks, and these window frames that look super derp, or we can do what I am doing here. And I think this is probably a significantly better option. So let's kind of start over here and just start laying some stuff out. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll build that up to here. And then I think these are going to go up, let's see, 5. I think we're actually going to bring these up 2 more above this. And we'll just kind of cap that off. We'll come back and deal with this later. So we'll do that. And then right here, we can essentially do the same thing. There we go. And we'll bring that back. Like so. So we'll have essentially a wall right here. This is going to be 2 kind of pillars, I guess, hardened stone pillars that'll run here. We're going to have our door right here, and we can get rid of some of this stuff because this is going to be hidden. We can also do away with a lot of this and leave it like so, I think. So that should be fine. Now up here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, we'll put down some more alabaster. And that lines up, right? Yes, it does. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this all the way back to this side, like so. And we'll have a window pane that's going to go like this. It'll go right here. So that should be good. We can also extend this by 2, like so, so it wraps around. And then here. So this little chunk right here is going to be a window pane of some sort. We may do something like this. I haven't really decided on that for sure yet, but we'll see. That might be an option. As I said, I really only got the basic idea of this place while I was building it in the creative world. I did not plan everything out in detail. Right here, I know I am definitely going to want windows here. So we can kind of wrap that around. And then we'll bring it back. Oh, look at that. Mad skills. I need more hardened stone. There we go. And then right here, we're going to have another one of these dark oak pillar type things. I don't know if it's going to extend out 2. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll only go 1. But I'm kind of thinking it would be cool to have some like solar panels on the roof and sneak the wiring down this little chunk right here. I think that could actually be very, very cool. So we might do that. Okay. And then this comes up 1 more. We'll add a thing like this. Let's get rid of this guy. And then just so we can see it, let's go ahead and bring this part all the way across. Is it this one? Yeah. There we go. And we can do the same right here too. Okay, so that looks good. Now, here, I think I want to bring this up 1 more just on this side. Like that. And I might call that good right there. And then this one will be a roof like this. So this is fine, I think. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's getting there. It's the shape. The shape is pretty much what I want. We'll have to kind of do some things over here. but that's fine. Oh, there goes that pick. That's okay. I suppose we could also... You know what? I should go make myself some more tools. Yeah, let me make some more tools. Let me get some more progress done on the house, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, guys, I am back. Now, here's where the house is going to start to get a little bit interesting. We are going to take some of these dark oak slabs, and we're going to work these into the design a bit. So we'll go, let's see, our door's going to be here. So we'll put one like here, I think, and go over 2, and then we'll go up, basically, I guess a full block, we would say. Oh, that one didn't work out. That's all right. I think I got better placement angle from here. There we go. So we'll have kind of a line like that, and that should be good. And then right here, we'll sneak our way up. And we can put down slabs on the roof like so. And I think this will look pretty good too. And we'll just bring that all the way around. We'll fill in the roof as the last step, and I'll probably do that part off camera. Let's just break this real quick so I can get up to the other side. And then here, we're going to do kind of the same thing, but I want to have this little white bit sticking up just a tiny bit so you can still see it. Oh, that didn't work as intended. So I was actually, as I said, I did do some work on this in a creative testing world. And I spoke with a couple of my friends who I've played with, I should say, on servers in the past, or just know from YouTube and stuff like that. And the people that I spoke with are far better at Modern than I am, because I am not. Modern is like the one building style that I just can't seem to really wrap my head around. Like, I don't know what it is about it. But I spoke with a couple friends of mine. Some of you may know them, some of you may not. One of us is a guy named Bloodzelos, who doesn't really do YouTube anymore. But he used to do a lot of build tutorials and stuff like that, and Modern was kind of his thing. And then another one was my buddy Fancy Blue Pants, who I used to play on the Chaoscraft server with. And unfortunately, Fancy really wasn't able to help because he was not available at the time. But Bloodzelos gave me a couple tips and definitely helped make the house look a little bit better than it did. But there's still certainly room for improvement. As I said, Modern is just not really my thing. I don't know what it is about Modern, but something. Maybe it's because it's so, like, non-traditional compared to how I normally build. I don't know. Either way, we'll do our best. And this is still a starter house, so if it's not perfect, I'm not going to lose any sleep. Okay, let's see how we're doing on those clear glass. Yeah, look at that. It's getting there. In fact, I think this might be the last batch, because there's no more in the hopper. There's no more in the chest. And there's some in here. Oh. Are we? Oh, it's out. It's out of lava. Easy enough. You refill lava. Bam! Look at that. And then there's like 30 blocks. There's going to be 33 blocks in here, which is quite a lot, but that's okay. Let me get these dyed up and let's make some more work on the house, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back. Have a bit of a progress update to give you. So I've got the floor kind of put in here, and how this is going to work, you'll come in the door here. This will be kind of one area. This is all going to be walled off with glass, and then down here, it'll be kind of a lower level, and somewhere around here, I'm going to have a staircase that leads underground, and that's where we'll put a lot of our like technical machines and things like that. At least that's the plan. Now, there's a couple things I need to do. Let's put some of this stuff back. I have too many items. Let's see. This glass, it is. Let's just put that in here. Why do I have so much useless stuff? Man. All right, there we go. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make some hardened stone slabs. And we're going to put those up here. And that way we still get a little bit of separation between this and this hardened stone and the glass. Creates that little bit of depth that's really important. Here, I don't know. Oh, another nice thing about the clear glass is that it doesn't shatter into a million pieces when you use it. By the way, just wanted to mention that. Let's maybe go up here. This isn't going to be perfect. But it's not bad. But I don't know. I feel like this still needs to be recessed. One. Or it just isn't going to look good. So let's recess it to here. Instead, I can turn this guy into a spruce like so. Which works, I think. Nope, I think I like that better. We'll go with that. Oh, that was more than I wanted to break, but whatever, it's fine. So our skylight will come out to here. And then we basically just need to work out this little part here. So let's just kind of, since these glass blocks don't actually break into a million pieces if you don't have Silk Touch, I'm not going to worry about misplacing them too much. Not really a big deal. So let's just go ahead and fill this in. And then I can come back and maybe do some things here to make this look a little bit more interesting. So we basically got a big glass wall here, which needs to be broken up in some way. Up here, we're going to need this alabaster on top of it. Until we get over to there. There we go. And then we're going to need a roof in here too, which is actually going to be pretty easy to do. So let's see. For the roof, I'm going to go with the dark oak slabs again, and we're basically just going to slab this off. So let me get that done, and I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, I am back. I actually made a little bit of a mistake. There's actually 2 layers of glass directly where I'm looking right now, and then this comes down a little bit more. And the reason we do that is so that we can put slabs up here and kind of break up this wall a little bit. And it also will let us do some things with the lighting and the ceiling and things like that. So that'll be really good. Let's go ahead and finish getting our ceiling in on this side. Almost done. There we go. So that side's good. And then we just need to do the same over here. This could be a little bit trickier. In fact, that is going to be considerably trickier. Let's just kind of pillar up if we can to make this a little bit easier on ourselves. There we go. That's much better. Can I reach everything from here? Not quite. Ooh, maybe. Oh, look at that. I can reach everything from here. Fantastic. So we'll get our ceiling in right there. That looks good. And we need lights. We need a door. But all in all, we've got a relatively respectable kind of modern house here. Honestly, I'm pretty good with this. We'll put that right there. Definitely need to get some lighting in, though, as I said. And this side is in need of detail. This side looks okay because of the window. I mean, the whole thing needs to be landscaped and detailed. This backside, this is going to be kind of a conundrum for me because this is, as I said, what I want to do is I want to put some solar panels on the roof, and I would like to run the cables down here. I think that would be very cool, but I don't want this to, I think it would be very boring. Maybe we can do something like this, perhaps, which would partially cover the cables. That's an idea. That might work. So the cables will still be here. They would just be kind of like hiding behind, if you will. Hi, zombie. Go away. Oh, also, I upgraded my sword. I now have an obsidian broadsword instead of an iron sword. And it's got quartz on it and fortune 3. So, or looting. Looting 3. That's the one that goes on weapons. I think I'm going to do most of the rest of my tinker stuff off camera just because we already dealt with tinkers and I don't want to spend another episode right away dealing with it. Looks like all of this is done though, so I can tear that down. And I think this is pretty much done too. I just got to deal with the lighting and get some stuff moved over and then we're good to go. So let me put some finishing touches on this and start getting some things moved over and then I'll come right back to you. Alright guys, I am back. So I've been working a little bit on the basement of this house, just kind of basically hollowing out and realizing that I'm going to need a bit more time to do this than I thought. This is going to take a little bit longer than I thought it was going to because this basement is going to be pretty large. I don't think it really makes sense to move all of the stuff over from that house into here until I actually have a place to put it. I think it seems silly to move it over and then have to move it again like an hour later or something like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off the basement. I think I'm going to do that between episodes because it's really not going to be anything complicated. I'm probably just going to take this alabaster and use that, continue that down for the walls, and then maybe I may even go with spruce floors again, or I may do some sort of stone. I haven't decided yet, and I'll probably take this hardened stone and continue that down as well. You can see kind of where it pops out right here. So I might bring that down and into the basement just to add a little bit of interest and shape. But then this basement can have as many levels as I want it to. So we'll go from there. But as I said, it really doesn't make sense for me to move everything and then move it again right away. So we're not going to do that. Also, I should probably mention, it is quite possible that you have already seen this house in other people's videos. Spoilers, hey, such is a side effect of building in a public area like this, and being someone like me who has to pre-record their content, it's okay. I really don't mind spoilers. I like to think of them as sneak previews. If I was really worried about it, I would build a giant spoiler wall. So, and I'm pretty sure that all of the other hermits feel the same way. If there's ever anything that we don't want to have spoiled, we always mention it in the chat or put up a spoiler wall, one or the other. And neither of those things have happened in this case, so please don't go ragging on the other hermits about how they spoiled my house and things like that, because they really didn't, and I don't particularly care if they did anyway. But that, I think, is pretty much going to do it for me. One other thing, some of these textures are vanilla textures, specifically the dark oak and the spruce. The reason I'm using vanilla textures is because the chiseled versions do not have slab and stair variants. They only have the full blocks, and the full blocks, I needed more than that for this build. But anyway, I am out of time for this episode, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.